So welcome back to the channel, guys. If you guys are new here and new to this Loc journey, then subscribe down below, man. 4 years locked, let's get it. So I owe you guys a lot of information because I haven't given you guys an update in a long time. We're currently at 4 years and about 3 months, pushing 4 months now. The locks are locking right now. They're in a 2-strand twist right now, so they're a lot more longer than they seem. They're about probably touching just that collarbone right here when they're unraveled. The journey so far has been amazing, so I've got a ton of questions to answer, give you guys some insight on how this journey has been and what am I doing currently right now. So let's get into the first question, man. So I started my Loc journey based off a range of different things. One, inspiration. I used to play basketball in America and I used to also watch a lot of NFL, and I used to love the way they would wear their locks with the helmet and everything. It just looked real suave, man. So I wanted to kind of like do something that would show that transition, and the locks was a perfect example of that. Hopefully in my next transition into maybe fatherhood or being a husband, then I'll probably cut it off or something like that, or maybe start a new loc cycle. And I get this a lot sometimes. People want to know if it was a spontaneous decision or if it was intentional. I watched, just like you guys are watching right now, I watched probably about 100 to 200 hours of just loc content. Like, I really studied it, really researched it, really tried to see how it would look on me, how like I did different styles to kind of figure out. I would do like a 2-strand twist with just like my afro hair. I would do braids, like single plait braids, just to kind of see how the loc style would look on me. So yeah, I was really intentional about this whole like hairstyle, this whole movement in a sense. So it wasn't spontaneous, even though that initial idea was spontaneous, but I did have my mind on it probably maybe I'll say junior, maybe sophomore year of university. I was like, yeah, when I become a senior or when I graduate, I'm definitely going to lock up my hair. And yeah, I did it. So the next question I'm going to answer is, how has my loc maintenance kind of just like transformed over the years, basically due to information, mistakes that I've made, and yeah, it's definitely transformed. I can tell you that, and I can show you that. One of the things that I first realized was the amount of retwists I was getting, the tightness that I was getting, and also the amount of products that I was using back then. Those 3 things were the first things that I've noticed off the bat. Like, starting off with the first one, just the amount of retwist. I know, like, during the starter loc phase, you're kind of supposed to kind of get as many retwists as possible to kind of keep that form going on, because your hair is just kind of newly locked. So that was understandable, but at some point I should have realized, okay, I don't need to kind of continue that phase. I should have fizzled out the amount of times I got it, and I think probably around the 8th month mark I should have started to dial back on it, maybe extend it to 1.5 months, and then 2 months, and then 3 months, because right now I get my locks done every 3.5 months. And maybe occasional special occasion I might do it just for that, but it's kind of rare, to be honest. But you're looking at about 4 to 5 retwists a year, which is crazy compared to the 6 or 7 that I was doing within my first year. Yeah, crazy. And I know some people are even doing 12, 15 in a year. Oof, too much. I learned very quickly, because I'm very tender-headed, that level of retwisting non-stop, yeah, it's just gonna cause thinning for me. The next question was the tightness. Now, because I dabbled between, I think, 4 different hairstylists or locticians within those, I think within 3 years, I think I did it, or within 2.5 years. 2.5 years. I went through 4 locticians within 2.5 years, which is ridiculous. Very ridiculous. Too many different people touching your hair, man, and giving you different types of advice. Like, it was just not the best situation. But through going through those 4 different locticians, I was able to then find my loctician that I'm dealing with right now, and I've been doing so for the past 1.5 years. Even that requires some sort of like mistakes. Like, you can't, I don't understand, like, unless you're really wise, you may make a mistake. You might make a mistake. So if you're starting your loc journey right now, you might make a mistake with your loctician, you understand? Don't always take everything that comes out of their mouth as truth, because they're hairstylists at the end of the day, and they're business owners at the same time. So you also have to deep that they're trying to make a bag as well. So if they need to tell you, they're not going to mislead you. I'm not saying that locticians mislead you, but they don't have that much investment in your hair in the long term, you understand? I'm 4 years now, I'm expecting to hit hopefully 10 years, you understand? Are they really thinking back like that? Not really, you understand? Their game plan is probably 5 years max. And if you are part of that, then you're part of it. But that's my reason for it. So don't always take what comes out of their mouth for truth. I did do that in my early stages, despite all the information online, and I messed up. I went with stylists that really did my hair really tight, and it really messed with either the pattern flow of my locks, because some areas were tighter than others, and just even because I was doing it frequently at the same time, just the freedom that my locks had to kind of just like expand, and just be their own individual lock. So yeah, they may look good, but there's certain locks that are just, yeah, you'll know. If you're my loctician, you'll know. Certain locks that are just, nah, they're not cutting it. Now, in terms of products, what's changed from first year to now? You can tell, you feel me? We could tell. But in the first early stages, it was still the same kind of ground ingredients. I stuck with the rosemary oils, the what was I using? Rose petal water back then. I was using the jojoba oil, the aloe vera. Yes, I dabbled in all of that stuff. I've still got a video of me actually making the hair mist. This was I was making a prototype, basically, just dabbling in it, trying to give you guys basically how to make your own kind of water bottle that you can kind of hydrate your hair and have a bit of oil in it. I ended up making it into a product, which was amazing, and that's what I was doing back then, and it's the same thing I'm doing now. Like, I haven't actually changed anything. The only thing I would say that I've been a bit more consistent with is the dermastamp. I do my dermastamp on my edges, and at the center of my crown, and I also use my hair oils as well. Now I'm very kind of intentional with these two. So with the hair oil, I will use that at the crown because it's got caffeine in it. It's got saw palmetto in it, so I'm trying to reduce my DHT hormone in my scalp, and make sure that I don't bald a bit earlier. So that's what I'm more intentional now. I should have started a lot more. I should have started a lot more earlier in my hair journey, because back then I didn't really kind of feel like I was going to start suffering from hair loss, but I could tell that I was prone to it. I could tell I was prone to it. But now that I've been growing my hair long enough, I can start to see certain areas are cutting it, certain areas are not cutting it. So I'm trying to encourage the areas that are not cutting it to kind of get there, and at least maybe not fall off, you feel me? I'm not trying to do that. But yeah, that's everything in terms of that. That's all that's kind of like probably changed in the past 1 to 4 years. The next question is, what are some misconceptions that you fell for in the first year and you've kind of just like figured it out now? Now, the first misconception, I'm not gonna lie, was the washing of the hair. Like, washing of your locks during that kind of like starter lock period. And when I say starter lock period, I'm talking about like from month 1 to like probably like 8 months in. Like that period right there, I think my first 1 to 4 months, I didn't wash it as often as I should have. And that was just due to my loctician. Listen to my loctician, you feel me? And I get it. So what I tell people now is, when you get a retwist, obviously don't dunk your head in water the next day. You still want to keep your hair in that kind of like, with the gels and stuff like that. You still want to keep it in that state, and you don't want to kind of mess with that process. So what I say is that if you're in your starter lock phase and your retwist is due at the end of the month, what I would do is wash your hair at the 2 weeks mark, so that your hair is washed, it's clean, everything's all good about it at 2 weeks. And then if it was to unravel, you've got about 2 weeks to your next appointment, so you're good regardless, you feel me? And I keep it like that. So like, if you were to maybe do your 6 months in and you're getting a retwist every 1.5 months, so I'll split it in the middle. Retwist at the 3rd week, if not, I mean, wash your hair at the 3rd week, and that gives you another 3 weeks of leeway. You can even wash it in between that again, to then wait for your actual retwist session where you wash and retwist your hair. So that way you're getting at least 2 hair washes within that period of time. And then as you get out of that starter lock phase, you can wash it anytime you want, you feel me? I encourage you to wash it anytime you want. Even now, when I get a retwist, like I literally got a retwist for holiday, This was like a week and a half ago, and first day, second day on the holiday, I'm in a pool with my hair, you understand? And my hair still looks fine. Like the separations are still there, the patterns are still there. Like, so it's one of those ones that once your hair is already fully locked, you don't really care too much about it unraveling. But I completely understand within them 1 to 2 months where your hair is literally just afro, it's just a bowl of afro hair, then yeah, I can understand people not wanting to wash it as frequently or as aggressive, because it's really about how aggressive you're washing it. If you're going to my loctician and she's washing your hair, she washes it proper. If you went to my loctician and washed your hair, all your starter locks would probably be gone because she gets in and scrubs that, you understand? So I get it, I honestly get it. If you're in your first month and you're trying to not wash your hair, but try split it in between, so it's 2 weeks in between, and then you just have to rock it out for another 2 weeks, and then you're gonna get a wash and a retwist again. So that way you're still kind of building on the progress. But once you realize that your locks are kind of formed, like semi-formed, you're maybe 4 months in, start washing it a lot more frequently to avoid that build up and that lint and stuff like that, just to control that area. The earlier the better, honestly. You don't want to get to 1 year like me. I probably got to like maybe like 8 months till I realized that, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna start washing my hair. Like I don't care, I'm just gonna start washing it. You don't want to get to that stage because by then you've already picked up a bunch of lint, a bunch of product build up. Yeah, so definitely food for thought. So now the next question I'm going to answer that I get a lot is, now that your hair is really long, do you get any type of discrimination or disadvantages basically in the workplace or just like in society in general? And to answer it like flat and plain, I don't know. You can never know with these type of things. You can never know when your favor is not there because you've got long hair. It's weird. And because I'm in the UK, I think it's one of those things where people will talk more behind your back than in front of your face. So I work in sales. I've never had a customer or client like say they don't want to work with me. Never had a manager say my hair is an issue. Normally in the workplace, my hair is tied up so you can see my face. And I do keep my beard kind of like cut and clean. So it's one of those ones where it's very sticky. I would say maybe in a social setting when I'm just like walking around, maybe in the park and stuff like that, people may think I'm a bit more violent, you understand? They may have a bit of a shock factor to it, but I'm also 6'4", I'm about 235, like I'm a big guy. So it's one of those ones where I haven't had anything directly pinpointed at my hair, so it's quite hard to kind of figure that out. Now the next question is, what would I tell someone that is looking to start their loc journey right now? That's a good question. I'll definitely say start it, do it. But I would also say research, and also find what your why is, what your purpose is behind it. If you look at it as just a style, like I've met a lot of people, a lot of guys that just want to do it as a style, knowing that they're not gonna have it in longer than 6 months. If you're just doing it for that, then you understand, you could do what you want to do with your hair, but it's just not gonna be worth it. And you're gonna find yourself, what's those things? They call it like invisible locks or something like that. You might as well just do that instead. Like it's something you can, there's temporary hairstyles that look like locks. You understand? You might as well do that, because doing it, having a hairstyle for even 6 to 1 year, 6 months to 1 year doesn't make sense, especially when it comes to locks, because the locks are literally just forming by year 1. So yeah, it doesn't make sense. So if I was someone new thinking of starting their loc journey, I'll definitely look at what is my intentions, what's my why. Am I ready to have a hairstyle for potentially a minimum of like 2 to 3 years? Do I like having long hair? Have I had long hair in the past? Am I okay with tight hairstyles or having my hair in a tight way for a period of time? Am I okay with the stigma surrounding locks? Am I okay not having to use certain products because I've got locks? These are the questions that you just ask yourself, and if you're quite like free-minded about all those questions, you're like, yeah, then I'll say definitely go ahead with it. If you do have some reservations and you're like, I do like using this product, or I do like using that product, or I'm a bit particular about tight hairstyles or feeling that kind of pain, like I don't know, then maybe just kind of like ease yourself into it. There's certain protective styles that you can do to start off your journey, and then if you don't like it, you can kind of just reverse it. You feel me? You can start off with like a 2-strand twist style, see how that looks, and if you can just hold that in for a while. And if you don't like it, you can just unravel it. You understand? You may have a bit of matting, you may have your hair might fall out a tiny bit, but that'll be fine. You'll be able to still keep the majority of your hair. I'd say go with that and then see how you like it. Because I definitely did that when I was in my first year. Now the next question I want to ask is, how have I been dealing with thinning? Oof, thinning. Listen, now like I said in my previous video, I've lost a lot of locks. I've lost a lot of locks, and we can go into detail in another video. Like I might make another video, to be honest, because this one's quite long. How have I been dealing with thinning? This and that. These two together. This is how I've been dealing with thinning. The reason why I say that is because with thinning, you're dealing with either it's caused by DHT, it's caused by high tension hairstyles, or it's just caused by stress. Your hair is literally just falling out. So in situations like that, I've been, first of all, ensuring that my loctician knows, so that she doesn't do any tight hairstyles. I've been letting my barber know, so that he's not cutting into hair and stuff like that. I'm gonna show you guys later on in the B-rolls and stuff like that, where my barber will just cut into hair. I'm just like, yo, this is hair that I'm trying to grow. You understand? Don't cut into it. Letting those two people know, your loctician and your barber, is the most key thing first. Not doing tight hairstyles, and then trying to damage control. That dermastamp, this dermastamp is literally your damage control. This is what's going to grow back that hair. In terms of stimulating the blood flow to the hair follicles, this is what's going to get you right. It's the easiest damage control you can do. There's also PRP, there's obviously minoxidil as well. And if you want to go a bit further and dabble into that finasteride and all those kind of like stuff, obviously watch out, do your research and stuff like that. But there's other ways to kind of handle it, but that's how I've been handling my thinning. And just kind of paying attention to it, taking pictures every 2 to 3 months, looking back and seeing if has there been growth, has there been more sparseness, how does the hair feel in that area, is the texture coarse or does it feel a bit light, and just kind of keeping close attention to it, because at any point your hair can just kind of give that indication that it's out. And if you're not paying attention to it, you can just be that person where it's just like, oh, my hair was really good one point and then it's gone, and it's just like, did it really go, or did it give you signs that it was going? And I pay attention to that. I pay attention to the pictures, pay attention to how I feel, what I've been going through during that period of time, and just managing it, using hair oils, using the dermastamp and managing it. If it gets to the point where it's like really going, then I'm definitely gonna seek PRP and any other type of therapy to really kind of bring that growth back. Okay, so now the last question I'm gonna ask is like, what's next for my Loc journey? 4 years, I didn't expect 4 years to come so fast and literally just like be here. Like, it's one of those ones where I definitely want to continue to grow it. Last year earlier this year, I wanted to actually trim it. But my loctician refused to trim it. So I was just kind of stuck in a position where I was just like, do I just keep growing it now? And my hair is almost at the length where I'm gonna be charged extra for having longer hair. Can you imagine? I think it's like an extra £20 or $20 fee for having hair that is a bit longer than your shoulders, because it takes a little bit more time to do. Help me! I'm gonna be spending about £100 now doing my hair each 3 months, which is not the nicest feeling. But I think for now I'm gonna continue to grow it, because my hair is like a testament now for my hair growth. And I think I'll probably just keep it going to the point where it's starting, like right now it's really kind of like ridiculous in terms of my lifestyle. It's a bit, it annoys me. It's summertime in London right now and it's humid and hot, and this hair right now feels like it's just stopping all the air circulation from my neck. My whole area just feels, this whole area feels just hot for no reason. Like, it's one of those ones where, yeah, I definitely tie my hair up a lot of the time for that reason. So it's one of those ones where I want to continue to grow it longer, but I need to figure out maybe a type of hat or something to just tie my hair in. Who knows? I might start dabbling in the little, I don't know what they call it, the turbans. I might start tying my hair up, honestly, because it's too much right now, man. But that's the plan right now. Keep going, see how it is year by year. It's a testament right now for my hair growth, and I hope to keep making content for you guys as well. So it'll be kind of a bummer for to just cut my hair and just leave you guys, you feel me? So yeah, that's it. Honestly, I hope you guys enjoyed the B-rolls, the close-ups of my scalp, my hair, my locks. I'm gonna do a closer video on the combinations of certain locks and thinning areas in my scalp, just so you guys have a bit more insight and to what to do with your locks that are maybe thinning and stuff like that. But yeah, overall, I hope you guys enjoyed the whole video, man. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Ciao.